um, 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 come,
I come,
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 come,
I
come,
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 I come,
come,
I come,
come,
I come,
come,
I come, I come, I come, I come, I am coming, 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 I'm 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 coming, I am coming, I'm 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 coming, I am coming, I am coming, I am coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm arriving, 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 I'm almost there, 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 there, I'm almost 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 there, I am almost there, I'm 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 almost there, I've arrived, 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 I have arrived. I've 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 arrived. Hey! Hey! This sound in my mind has already started. This sound in my mind has already started weeks or decades ago. Weeks or decades ago, decades or centuries ago. This sound in my mind has already started decades or centuries ago, decades or maybe centuries ago, has already started, and it doesn't stop when I try to think, to walk, to shit. I laugh, I text, I eat, I cry, I watch outside, I have sex, I think about sex, I actually don't have sex, I play it in my head. When I try to read, to write, to fall, to feel, to die, to deal, when I try to chill, I look for words after words. While I try to look for words after words, afterwards, 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 I look for silence. I look for silence after. Silence after silence. Silence after silence. I look for images. After images. After images. After images. After images. I try to take them, to pick them, to grab them, to collect them, to make sense of them. But they take me, they enter me. When they enter me, they accumulate in me. They take me, they grab me. When they enter me, they accumulate in me. Something is gone. Something is gone. Something is changed. Something is changed. Someone is beaten. Someone is taken. Someone is beaten. My focus is gone. My attention disrupted. My focus is gone. Because the only kind of memory that I have, it is the kind of memory that you would have of a movie you had seen once a long time ago. That's the kind of memory that I have. The kind of memory that you would have of a movie you had seen once a long time ago, and at the time you had believed that movie not to be important. What was important for you? If you were hungry, if you had to go to the bathroom, that was important for you. And that's the kind of memory that I have. The kind of memory you would have of a movie you had seen once a long time ago, and at the time you had believed that movie not to be important. What was important for you? If you were hungry, if you had to go to the bathroom. So I ask myself, why can't I? Why can't I? Ask myself, why can't I? 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 Why can't I just focus? Why can't I? Why can't I just focus on the moment? Why can't I just focus? Why can't I just focus on the moment when my attention gets disrupted by hateful words of violence? Why can't I just focus on the moment when my attention gets disrupted by hateful images of violence? So, should I start again? I'm gonna go back in time, erase this text and start again from scratch, from the beginning. Should we go back in time and start again, maybe? But now that we see each other, now that we are exposed to each other, what I think I feel, what I think that I feel that we cannot go back in time and start again, delete this text from the beginning and start again. I feel, we cannot go back in time. Actually, we cannot go back, we cannot go back, you cannot go back in time and start again. What I think I feel, that we cannot go back in time and start again, delete this text and start again, go back and start again, delete this text and start again. I think I feel and start again, all these words, they come from a text, a series of reflections, actually, written by an Italian soldier after he's coming back from Libya in 1916, in Libya, where the Italian government at the time started the colonial war to conquer those lands. He just came back from Libya. We don't know why exactly. What we know is that he didn't get married with a local girl. He didn't take a young bride from the local youth in Libya, bringing her to Italy as a trophy, as other Italian men did. He didn't, but somehow from these series of reflections we can read that he couldn't get rid of his memories of violence. He didn't know what to do with them. He wrote a series of letters. These reflections were contained in letters he sent to friends, family members, a few Italian politicians as well, to ask, what shall we do? What shall we do with these sort of memories? Can we do something with it? Can we use them somehow in our life to understand better the words, or are they an obstacle at all? When my mother, she understood that I was going to research myself on these kind of memories, she gave me this old book where these reflections are collected. And indeed, I found a connection there, because I also cannot really go back easy to these kind of memories of mine. When I try to use them, to make sense of them, I start to do something else. I start to listen to music, to other voices. Somehow I get distant from them. I leave them alone. But sometimes things happen and we have to try to deal with these kind of materials that we have collected in our memory, right? And so this one was one of those times, and I decided to call my memory back. We don't live anymore in the same place. We have moved to different cities, different countries, actually. Not to bother each other too much, not to be an obstacle for each other's lives. But this time I was like, hey, how are you? What are you doing at? Oh, you're reading. How nice. And what about architecture? Again. Oh. Yeah, I know I'm bothering. You tell me every time. Yeah, every time. But this time, in particular, I wanted to ask you if you can come here and we can think together about, I would like to get rid maybe, or to do something with these memories, you know? If you can come here, we can do something together. We don't have to talk much. I take a flight, or you take a flight too. You take a flight, good. We meet in a nice place. Yeah, we don't have to talk much. If you come here this time, if you can help me, I say, if you can come here this time, just take a plane and reach me. It would be great. We just do something together. If see something good comes out of it. And she says, fine, I'll come to help you. Don't start with your repetition thing, she says. And indeed, when she arrives, when she comes here with me, we don't feel like talking to each other much. No. We end up doing something with our hands. We build a place. Or is it like a monument? It's quite a big place, actually. It is a condo, a block of flats, un condominio. We reconstruct this place together. And you know, it's not a huge building, but it takes quite some time to reconstruct a block of flats. So when the work is done, we want to see the final result. And we want to enter to visit especially an apartment that we know very well on the 3rd floor of this condo. When we arrive in front of the door of this apartment, we just together we go in. It is an apartment that we know well, but now it feels like an unknown land that we see kind of for the first time. It's very quiet now. The house is empty. There's not much going on. If we walk along the perimeter of the apartment, it's silent. And then we just stay. We watch all the different corners, the spots of the house, some of them that we don't remember, some of them change. Some of the corners, they change already after a few moments. Is it maybe because of the materials we used? I don't know, but over time, depending on the moment, the architectural features of this apartment, they change, and suddenly it is not so quiet anymore. As you can hear now, this house has high shoutings! High shoutings! That go down until
The growling. Here. Do you remember?
my memory says yes. I remember.
The growling is made of broken tiles, right? And soil that should not be here, since we are inside the house. And fat green plants thrown all over. They don't stand vertically. They lay down on the soil like this. Or like this. Or this. Thrown all over.
And then here, yeah, my memory brings me to whispers. You can see here there are whispers that do not always open very easily. Hey, can you just maybe this time? they do not always open very easily. Together we arrive at this big mirror which contains a lot of images. Images that go back in time, before, even before this house was born. In this mirror, I can see a scene that I remember of this game, and it's not just my mother holding my hand, it's also her mother and the mother of her mother that I've never met, but I see them in the mirror behind me. They hold my arm and we play this man morta. Man morta. Picchia sulla porta. 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 I try to talk with them, but they just keep on. Man morta. Picchia sulla porta. 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 Picchia sulla porta e picchia sulla porta. Picchia sulla porta. Picchia sulla porta.
Picchia sulla porta.
Picchia sulla porta.
Picchia sulla porta.
Hey. 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 And their arms behind me start dancing my own dance. It's not that I don't know that this comes from a place of love. Here, that was in the mirror. And then in the house you have statements that connect all these different places. Yeah, statements like, if I love you, you love I. If I love you, do you love if I? Do you love if I? Or this one, shorter. I cannot tell you. You tell cannot I. You can tell me. I cannot tell you. And then if we walk again along the perimeter where we started together, it would sound different again. It was very quiet before in the beginning, do you remember? Now it would sound something like, sei un pezzo di merda, bastardo, ingrato, cazzo, io per te ho fatto tutto, tu non vuoi darmi mai niente, non vuoi fare per me mai niente, guarda te ne puoi anche andare, sei un pezzo di merda, bastardo, ingrato, cazzo, io per te ho fatto tutto, tu non vuoi darmi mai niente, non vuoi fare per me mai niente, guarda per me te ne puoi anche andare. Sei un pezzo di merda, bastardo, ingrato, cazzo, io per te ho fatto tutto, tu non vuoi darmi mai niente, non vuoi fare per me mai niente, guarda per me te ne puoi anche andare, affanculo, eccetera. Obviously, when I walk along this perimeter, suddenly I cannot focus very well anymore on the architecture of this house, its features. My attention gets disrupted and I don't see very well anymore the house. The air in front of my eyes gets grayer, and the air outside the windows, the sunlight gets grayer too, like fulfilled with dust. And I feel something coming from the ground. The soil, the ground starts slowly it just comes to me, it gains power. And the condo starts swaying softly. First it sways softly, and the other buildings around it, they sway too. They do what buildings do when something like that happens, right? They just dance and sway, first softly and then stronger and stronger, and the ground floor crashes under the weight of the building. And with one last final move, all the buildings, they just fall forward. But if I, stay long enough in the earthquake, I can see what remains. Somehow maybe even the beauty of it, these ruins, all these leftovers. Maybe now you could. I would like to invite you to imagine maybe a picture now of a destroyed city here within my fingers. The first one really that comes to your mind, a village, town as well, might work. Or a city that you would like even to imagine destroyed here within my fingers. And then, if you have it, do you have it? I would like to invite you to enlarge this picture on the whole room. This is a church. Our church is gone. Our church, our culture, our religion, and our tourism. This is more like a house. Yeah, it's a house. My house! My house! I cannot even remember where it was! My house! No! This is a school with a garden. No. No. Please, no. Not the school. Please, no, no. Not our school, no. Our kids, our future. What will we do, please? Tell us. What will we do? Well, maybe you can call a private investor that comes to your land and teach you finally how to properly be the city, so that the next time something like that will not happen anymore. What did you expect? It is not easy indeed to remember where the places where once they get destroyed, especially when we see images every day and they look like all the same on television, on the internet, but maybe this was a little too much, a little bit too much in any case. This maybe we just take a break and yeah, it's a nice place here. It's really quiet. Yeah, I will take my clothes here. We can stay a little bit longer. And we can think about maybe all of these, what happened here, if it makes sense. I think I'll just go there and lay down on the grass, which is nice. Maybe I'll write something about it, about all of these. I think I take time. I'm taking time to think about it. Just maybe I eat something while I'm writing here, like la pasta carbonara arrabbiata, o gli spaghetti col pomodoro magari. Just enjoy the fresh air here. We are outside. It's not a park, but it's very green. And far from here, there are train stations, squares, museums, theaters, bars, crowds of people in a great rush always, but not here. Not here. It's very just peaceful and quiet, and we can stay. Enjoy the freshness of the grass, for instance. It's a patch of greenery, a walking path in Milano that I know already. I've been here already. It's contained. It's taken by two sweet, low slopes with these stony steps to get down on the walking path. And the slopes are covered with bushes and some trees, not many, but really beautiful, like ash trees, peach trees, evergreens, very nice. And the birds coo softly on the distance. Yeah, there, they welcome you. So we can just stay and a squirrel comes out of the bushes, looks at you for a moment, and then he runs away again, there among the bushes. And there. Among the bushes. There are anonymous male figures. And they also welcome you here to enjoy this place. Yeah, right here. And one of them that you haven't noticed yet just starts talking with you. He comes to you directly. He addresses you and says, "Che cosa mangi qui nel parco? Mm? Sei ancora un po' sporca qua. Fai la timida. Guarda che non ti chiedo mica i soldi, eh. No. Yeah, I'm sorry for my Italian," he says. "But people here in your country, in Italy, they say that I learn very fast. It's probably because I traveled a lot here. And you know, I really like to travel. I went everywhere here. I fell in love with the place. Do you know Pompeii? Do you know Pompeii? No. No, you don't know it. Never heard of it. So you don't like it? Or you do? A bit. You like it already. It's an archaeological site, Pompeii. But it doesn't look bad at all. Hmm? It's not far from Naples. And when I was on holidays in Naples, I got to Pompeii on the day that the entrance was free. I didn't have to pay. I would love really to show you what I learned there. May I? Yeah? So you can still see a lot of houses partially conserved in Pompeii, conserved by mainly by the ashes of the volcano that erupted a long time ago. And I really liked them, but especially I loved the room with the one with the corpses, you know? I mean the casts of the bodies. Do you remember that? No, because you don't know Pompeii yet. There is a collection of corpses conserved as well by the ashes of the volcano. So we can really see the positions of those bodies in the moment of the eruption. They are conserved together by the ashes. We can even see their facial expressions. And I spent a lot of time watching them, studying them. Some of them are so quiet. Like this one, for instance, is a dog. Some other ones, they just sleep softly. Probably they didn't notice that they were dying. I spent a lot of time watching those corpses. And sorry, this position is not really correct theologically, but yeah, I like to be inspired to improvise a bit. After a while, I have noticed that I have learned all of them. So I started to get a bit bored. And since I was alone in that moment with the corpses, I just started to talk to them. I thought we are both dead in a way. Me and those corpses, I mean, they are dead for sure, right? But me, with this economy, in this society, with this kind of affective relationships, I'm dead too. So let's just be friends. Let's just talk a bit together. So I asked the corpses, how do you do? How do you deal with all these people constantly looking at you all the time? Silence. I was almost leaving the room when one of the corpses started to reply to me, to my great surprise. Well, people like to imagine a lot of things about us, about our families, our sexuality, about our own experiences of violence, obviously about the way we died. And I was like, is it difficult? Then how do you react on that? And another corpse replied, well, we started to do the same. We have started to imagine that we know very well our audience individually. For instance, I remember that you were an activist, right? As you told me, always shouting out loud in the first line of demonstrations that you constantly organized against a lot of things, against government, the police. But last time that we were together in Marseille, you have taken my hand when you saw not far from us a demonstration of Gilets jaunes climbing up the hill. You said, wait for a moment. I cannot go cross them. Can we wait here? And we stood silently for a moment there, looking at the demonstration climbing up to the castle. We just wanted to go on the sand shore, you remember? But you asked me to wait until they were gone. And after a while you said, like, last time in Milano, it happened the same. The policeman arrived and a big roar happened behind me. Nothing special, really. But I couldn't take it. I just had to leave. The crowds, my friends, leave them. I never got back to them. Once I really liked when crowds get crazy, but now I cannot join anymore. I cannot join the demonstrations anymore. And another corpse said, I remember when we were together in Gare Centrale 2 years ago in the summer. We were relying upon the marble of Gare Centrale walls against the warmth of the summer. A lot of kids and people, their parents around us, people going back home from work, people on holidays. Noise. But suddenly something even more noisy happened. A rubbish bin in the corner exploded, and it was suddenly black out in our ears, in our eyes. And we ran away, and I just want to get back there to take my stuff. I'm without a shoe, can't you see? I want to get back my stuff. But again, you have taken my hand and you put me on the train. I was like, are you crazy? I just want to take my stuff. Just leave me alone. I just want to take my stuff. Can't you see? Are you a coward? I asked you. Are you crazy? Are you a coward? I asked you. But I couldn't do anything. You put me on the train. We saw the policemen arriving, heard some shootings. To who? I don't know. The train just left. And I also remember when you told me that the day you started to put secretly the lipstick of your mother in front of the mirror in the bathroom, secretly. Unfortunately, that was the first day that your grandmother was hosted at your place. She just entered the room without knocking, and she saw you and she said, "But you know, that's for monsters." I think it's a disease. You should stop. You should stop. And recently, you told me that that was also the same day that you found that letter in the drawer from your grandfather, the soldier, the one saying, "Dear mother, we arrived yesterday at noon. We landed in Tripoli directly. And I'm so glad to be here, mother, seriously. These soldiers here with me, they're very good to me. And the officers, they gave us coffee immediately. I'm very happy to be here with the other Italian soldiers, mother, but seriously, you should see this place here. There's nothing but dust." I couldn't help but thinking and then saying out loud to the other soldiers, "So did we come here to die for these deserts? Did we come here to die and to fight for these deserts? Mother, you should come here and see these people," as I told you that they do when they lay down. Because sometimes, you remember, they lay down, as I told you, wrapped in their dirty blankets, the whole body and the head too. So you cannot even see who's inside those blankets when they lay down in the dust, in their dirty blankets. You cannot even say, mother, if they're men or women, if they're human beings or animals. Mother, you cannot even say if they're dead or alive, trust me. You cannot even say if they're men or animals, women or human beings. If they're dead or alive, mother, you cannot even say if they're human beings or alive, if they're animals or dead, when they lay down in the dust, as I told you they do. Mother, it's... We should come here to see it. And I remember when you told me that sometimes you find yourself fantasizing about the aspect of the room where your mother has been raped. And that sometimes she talks about it in third person as if it didn't happen to her, almost joking about it. And once you told me that you allow yourself to sing only when your husband is not home. And I remember the day that you called me, shocked, because after some days home you decided to go out to get some fresh air, but you were not feeling yet very well at the time. So you got on a tram, the back of the tram, and I don't know, maybe your face, yeah, you were not very happy in that period. But you told me that the two elderly ladies not far from you, they immediately looked at your pockets, at your hands in your pockets, at your face again, and then they moved away to other seats a bit further. But yeah, again, you probably were not very happy in that period. Not that they don't check you normally when a terroristic attack happens in Brussels, policemen, I mean. I remember when we were studying together at CVO, at the school for languages in Brussels, we were studying together Dutch. And during an exercise of conversation, you told me, the exercise was about fears. And you told me that one of your biggest fears is to publish posts on the Facebook when a terroristic attack happens in Belgium, because you would like to say that not all Muslim people are terrorists, but then you're afraid of getting recognized by your neighbors.